Welcome to this episode of My Ramblings. Now, this episode is a little bit sensitive because we do talk about some Christian Catholic type things. It's climate change and Noah. And yes, there is a national oceanic and atmospheric, I forget the last letter, but there's also Noah from the Old Testament. And you kind of wonder, with all the science that supports climate change, with Florida having to elevate buildings and sidewalks, and New York figuring out how they're going to build their barriers, that people would realize that, our cities are starting to flood. And fortunately, those cities know that in order to survive, they have to take drastic measures, and they're doing that. But you look around at politicians, and a lot of them, no disrespect intended, they tend to be fundamentalist Christians, and they seem to be funded by the oil industry, and that's okay. Everybody's got the right to contribute to whoever, in an attempt to help their politicians that they support get elected. But you got to sometimes wonder, if you look back to the Bible, God flooded the world, saved Noah and a pair of every animals, and you sometimes wonder, is the opposition to climate change rooted in this fundamental Christian belief that God flooded the world and then promised Noah that he wouldn't destroy mankind again by flooding? Sometimes wonder, I was Catholic school educated, taught by lay teachers, by people who weren't priests and nuns. Religion was usually taught by nuns. And one of the things they taught us is, I forget the character, maybe it was Noah lived to be 800 years old. And a lot of people take that literally, but what we were taught is that in the tradition of the time, if you wanted to represent somebody as significantly important, then you've attributed a long life to them. And 800 years, was it, whether it was Abraham or Noah, I mean, he was just about one of the most important people that ever lived. And I think, with our cities flooding and islands disappearing and all this drastic weather changes and stuff, even if God doesn't destroy the world with a flood, we still have the tornadoes, the droughts, and the ice ages that, once all the ice melts in the north and all those currents bring warm water up to the North Atlantic, aren't able to be drawn there because of the differences in the water. Some scientists say we're going to see an ice age. So it's the tornadoes, the hurricanes, the droughts, the fires, and perhaps even an ice age that we still need to be concerned about if we're not concerned about flooding. Well, anyway, if you're entertained, amused, troubled, or just like the video, please hit the like button below, and thank you much for watching.